Earlier on in the show, we told you about the GTA's fourth personal support worker who died of COVID-19. PSWs and their unions have been calling for an inquiry into the deaths of these frontline workers who are working in an industry that is mostly made up of women and minorities. These are the faces of frontline staff who died from COVID-19. Leonard Rodriguez, Christine Mendegarian, Arlene Reed, and Sharon Roberts. 3 women, 1 man, all people of color, working in an industry disproportionately represented by minorities.
Is it predominantly women? The answer is absolutely yes. Is it predominantly women of color? The answer is yes. And so this exposes all the things that are wrong with our society. The low pay for women, the low pay if you're, especially if you're an immigrant woman, the low pay of women jobs in general.
The unions say these deaths could have been prevented. Long-term care homes have been the subject of much attention during the pandemic. In Ontario, there have been 175 outbreaks at these facilities, over 2,700 residents testing positive, and over 1,700 cases among staff. Unions representing PSWs, including Unifor and the Service Employees International Union, have been criticizing the province for not having enough personal protective equipment, and especially for those working in assisted living homes.
We've talked about the deaths of residents and workers in long-term care facilities, in hospitals. So is this now going to be the next wave of healthcare workers that are going to give their life because as a nation we're so unprepared? I'm disgusted, I'm mortified, I'm sad.
Earlier this week, the SEIU called on the province to conduct an inquiry into the deaths of the PSWs. Today, the union held a rally at Queen's Park demanding access to PPEs.
That's one of the questions in our inquiry. Take a look at the demographics. I think it's up to 6 frontline healthcare workers. They have all been people of color, marginalized workers, and I think there's truly a connection there that we have to look into as well.
Premier Doug Ford took a moment to send his condolences to Leonard's family, adding that PPE is available for all long-term care workers and homes that need it.
We've sent out numerous letters, and it's so frustrating hearing that the frontline people are having problems getting the PPE. And, you know, what I recommend, just call. If you got to call my office, call anyone, and we'll have it over there.
Well, this week, Ontario's health officials announced the province would soon start collecting ethno-racial data during COVID-19 pandemic to get a better understanding how different communities are being impacted by the virus. The province said this was a process that is currently being reviewed.